I'm running late for work, as usual. Coffee in one hand, briefcase in the other, I race down the subway stairs. Just as I reach the platform, I see my train pulling away. Frustrated, I check the schedule. The next one isn't for 15 minutes. I glance at my watch, calculating the minutes I have left to get to the office. I need to be there by 9 a.m. for an important meeting, and now it looks like I'm going to be late. The subway platform is crowded, and the noise of people talking and trains passing by is overwhelming. I take a deep breath, trying to calm down and figure out my next move. As I wait, tapping my foot impatiently, an elderly woman approaches. She's clearly confused, map in hand, looking lost. Part of me wants to pretend I didn't notice her. I'm already late, and helping her will surely make me miss the next train too. But then, our eyes meet. There's a plea in her gaze that I can't ignore. I sigh, knowing what I have to do. "Excuse me?" she says softly. "Could you help me find my way to Central Park?" Now I'm faced with a choice. Do I quickly give her directions and hope she figures it out? Or do I take the time to ensure she gets where she needs to go, potentially jeopardizing my own plans for the day? As I open my mouth to respond, I'm not quite sure which path I'll choose. I feel a sense of responsibility to help her, even though it means risking my own schedule. "Of course, ma'am," I hear myself say. "Let me see that map." I take the map from her trembling hands and study it. "You need to get to Central Park?" I ask, looking up at her. She nods, relief washing over her face. "All right, it's a bit complicated, but I'll help you," I say. I look around for a subway map to confirm the best route for her. We move to the side of the platform to avoid the rush of people. I explain the route to her slowly, making sure she understands. "You need to take the next train to 59th Street, then transfer to the B or C train heading downtown. Get off at 72nd Street, and you'll be right near Central Park." She looks confused, so I repeat the instructions, pointing to each stop on the map. "I'll write it down for you," I offer, pulling out a pen and paper from my briefcase. As I write, I realize I've completely forgotten about my own train. I hear the rumble of a train approaching and look up just in time to see it arrive. It's my train, the one I needed to catch. I watch as the doors open. People flood in, and then it pulls away, leaving me behind once again. A wave of frustration hits me, but I push it aside. Helping this woman is more important right now. I finish writing the directions and hand them to her. "Here you go. This should get you to Central Park." She looks at the paper, then back at me with gratitude in her eyes. "Thank you so much. I don't know what I would have done without your help," she says. A thought crosses my mind. What if she still gets lost? "You know what? I'll take you to your train," I say. "Just to make sure you get on the right one." Her eyes widen in surprise. "Oh, you don't have to do that. I don't want to make you late," she protests. "It's no trouble," I assure her. "Come on, let's go." We walk to the platform where her train will arrive. As we wait, she tells me about her trip. She's visiting from out of town to see her grandchildren, and this is her first time navigating the city on her own. I listen, nodding and smiling, trying to ease her anxiety. The train arrives, and I help her on, making sure she finds a seat. "Remember, transfer at 59th Street, I remind her. She nods, clutching the paper with the directions. As the train doors close, I wave goodbye and head back to my platform. I check the schedule again. The next train isn't for another 10 minutes. I'm definitely going to be late now, but surprisingly, I feel good about my decision. I sit down on a bench and take a sip of my now lukewarm coffee. Helping that woman made me realize that sometimes taking a detour can be more rewarding than sticking to the plan. When I finally arrive at the office, it's 9:20 a.m. I rush to my desk, hoping I haven't missed too much of the meeting. My boss, Mr. Thompson, looks up as I enter the conference room. "Alex, you're late," he says, frowning. "I'm sorry, sir. I missed my train and had to help someone who was lost," I explain, trying to keep my voice steady. Mr. Thompson's expression softens slightly. "All right, take a seat. Let's get you up to speed." As the day goes on, I find myself thinking about the elderly woman and wondering if she made it to Central Park. I hope she's having a great time with her grandchildren. At lunch, I share the story with my co-workers. They all agree that helping her was the right thing to do. "You did a good deed today, Alex," says Lisa, one of my colleagues. "Thanks," I reply, feeling a sense of pride. Later that evening, as I head home, I decide to take a walk through Central Park. The weather is nice, and I need some fresh air after the hectic day. As I stroll through the park, I see the elderly woman sitting on a bench, surrounded by two children. She sees me and waves, a big smile on her face. I walk over, and she introduces me to her grandchildren. "This is the kind young man who helped me today," she tells them. The children thank me, and we chat for a while. Seeing her happy and safe makes all the stress of the morning worth it. As I walk home, I reflect on the unexpected detour my day took. Helping someone in need, even if it meant being late for work, was the right choice. It reminded me that sometimes the little moments of kindness can have the biggest impact. Tomorrow, I'll probably be running late again. But today, I learned that it's okay to take a detour once in a while. You never know what positive impact it might have on someone else's day, and on your own. The next morning, I wake up to the sound of my alarm. This time, I manage to get ready a bit earlier. The memory of helping the elderly woman yesterday is still fresh in my mind, and it motivates me to start the day on a positive note. I pack my things and leave for the subway with a sense of anticipation. At the subway station, I glance around, half expecting another adventure. While waiting for the train, I notice a young man struggling with his luggage. He looks stressed, probably trying to catch a train to the airport. I walk over and offer to help. "Need a hand?" I ask. He looks up, surprised but grateful. "Yes, please. I'm trying to get to the airport and I'm running late." I help him carry his bags to the platform and give him directions to the best route. He thanks me profusely before boarding his train. I watch as he disappears into the crowd, feeling a sense of satisfaction. This time, I catch my train and arrive at work early. My boss, Mr. Thompson, notices and gives me an approving nod. "Good to see you on time, Alex," he says. I smile, feeling a sense of accomplishment. "Thanks, sir." Throughout the day, I feel more engaged and productive. The small acts of kindness I've experienced and given over the past 2 days have given me a new perspective on life. I realize that taking a moment to help others can make a big difference. Not only for them, but for me as well. At lunch, I share my new outlook with my co-workers. We discuss the importance of helping others and how it can positively impact our own lives. Lisa nods in agreement. You never know when you might need help yourself. It's always good to pay it forward. We all share stories of times when we've helped others or received help, and it brings us closer as a team. After work, I decide to visit Central Park again. The weather is perfect, and I feel like enjoying the evening. As I walk through the park, I reflect on the events of the past 2 days. I find a bench near the pond and sit down, watching the ducks swim by. The tranquility of the park is soothing, and I feel at peace. I take out my phone and start writing a journal entry about my experiences, capturing the lessons I've learned. While writing, I notice a group of tourists looking at a map, clearly lost. I approach them and offer my help. They're visiting from Europe and trying to find a popular restaurant nearby. I give them directions and recommend a few other places to visit in the area. They thank me, and I feel a sense of fulfillment. Helping others has become a part of my routine, and it feels rewarding. As the sun sets, I make my way home, reflecting on the positive changes in my life. The unexpected detour that started with helping an elderly woman has led to a series of meaningful interactions. I've learned that being kind and helpful can create a ripple effect, spreading positivity to others and enriching my own life. Life is full of unexpected detours, and how we respond to them can make all the difference. This experience taught me the value of kindness and the importance of being flexible. I'll carry this lesson with me, knowing that sometimes the best path isn't always the one we planned. As I prepare for bed, I set my alarm for the next day, feeling optimistic about what lies ahead. I'm ready to embrace whatever challenges and opportunities come my way, knowing that a small act of kindness can lead to great things.